Look,
Oh my God! Say my
okay,
name.
so
Say
it
my
will
name.
just be interactive, right?
Yes.
So someone can just respond, and then we just keep interacting like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I have
Okay.
someone online. As a matter of fact, unfortunately, you're not going to see his face. Is the one and only Ekene. So let me just give it to you like that. The only boss. When I tell you this guy is a boss, you don't know who he is. In fact, I will tell you something. For now, his name is Ekene. He is my, when you guys just say bestie, you guys don't, many of you don't really understand what bestie is. This is my baddest bestie. Ekene.
And look. A lot of people don't understand. I mean, we are just trying to make just a little bit of introduction, but look, we've been way back together, and it's just been well. It's been lovely talking,
Yep.
To you, and then sharing this platform with you. All right.
Yep.
It's just been so lovely, and I really do appreciate what you do for people.
Thank you.
What you do for people, how you help people, and then organize different shows and platforms to be able to talk about people's problems, and then sharing life's issues as well, and then people kind of pouring their hearts to you, and then so it's been quite helpful to a lot of people, and really I appreciate what you do. Thank you. It's only God that can bless you, basically, right?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what's on today?
I'm in the studio now recording some of the messages that I got.
Okay.
So I think I've recorded quite a few before your call came in. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
No, basically, yeah, it's good. It's good. And I just wish now that you're trying to invest a little more time into this department, because I mean you have a lot of things that you do. That one is pretty much a well-known thing. So this other one that you want to start to talk about now, I mean, I can bet you, because the world has gone so crazy these days that almost everybody have one or two things they want to talk about life itself, right? How life either has dealt with them, how they've either gotten it right or wrong in relationships, how they've life's issues basically, right? And this time around, this is a period where people need to really pour their hearts out and talk about how things are in their heart.
So someone sent me a message.
Okay.
That he caught his dad. Okay, it's about someone that sent me a message that he caught his dad in the act. So he don't want to tell the mom, or the dad asks him not to tell the mom. So, but his conscience is still not settled because his dad isn't even going to stop. And for him to see such a thing, and he still suspect the dad. And guess what? Is one of their wife neighbor. One of their neighbor's wife.
Okay.
One of their neighbor's wife. So I think he still sees them together, even though not in their matrimonial home anymore. But he knew he wasn't going to stop, and he feel like to expose him. So he's asking what to do because his conscience is really troubled. So that's the matter for today.
Okay, cool. So let's start by asking what's the age of the young man, if you have an idea.
He didn't tell me his age anyway, but that person don't sound like a child.
Well, apparently he sounds like either a teenager or a young man.
That kind of thing, yes.
Exactly. So, all right. It's quite a thing these days. It's been happening. Unfortunately, he saw this happen, and then he doesn't know what to do. Yes. Many people in his own shoes wouldn't know what to do, whether to tell or not to tell. But if he's an adult, I would have loved that he takes a bit of like put into account or do some mathematical calculations for himself to see how good the father is to his own mother in terms of how good he treats her.
Yeah, he said he don't treat her good, and he's been cheating on the mom. And even the woman in question, her mom has been talking about her and has been suspecting her with the father. And even though the father denies and then mistreats the mom too, those were contents of the test too. So his major problem is keeping that secret for the dad. He don't feel the dad wants it, and he needs to be exposed with that.
Then again, the thing is, most marriages, I'm very sure in Nigeria.
Yeah, it happened in Nigeria, and then that one of the things is, yes, I think it happened in Nigeria. The message didn't come with the country, but the fact is
when
that
when you say neighbor is that's what I mean
those languages are not American languages.
Absolutely. Yes. So if I assume very correctly that
it could be in Nigeria.
Good. So let's look at the condition of the marriage. If the young man tells his mom, let me again assume that the mom might not have a very good economy. What that means is she might not have anything doing. Okay, she might be fully dependent on the man. And the marriage, if again it was consummated, because what usually keeps women down really here is because most marriages are consummated under the strong guise of culture and religion. Okay, when they make marriage look like, okay, if I marry you, kind of you go nowhere. And then the woman too may have been raised to also marry. And then if you're raised to marry, you may find it difficult to leave that marriage. You might complain from now till next year, but you wouldn't have the courage to actually leave because so many things would tie you down. So that's why I said the young man in question will have to look at the mom's condition. Is she really having every other thing that she could in the marriage, being happy and all, minus what the man is doing outside? If that is not the case, then whether or not he tells that to the mom, the man is already that kind of a person. You can't really stop him. So let him weigh the pros and the cons to see if he tells the mom. Because if he tells the mom might not even leave. She will only allow herself to get more sickened by her blood pressure being hitting the roof. She might even die thinking about her whole condition in the marriage. Okay, how this man is been mistreating her, he's not treating her well, and yet the man has other women outside. Do you understand? And she may not also have the gut to be able to confront him, all that kind of stuff. So the young man, even if he wants to tell the mom, he will tell the mom, but tell the mom, look, there is no point in you reacting, because you know that if you leave, you might not be able to make it on your own. Because many women are pretty much tied to the apron strings of their own husband, because finance is a big, big, big deal. That's why most women die, not because it's their choice, they die in their marital relationship because they just don't want to leave. They can't be able to fend for themselves, and quite unfortunate though, those who are into that kind of relationship. So I am just taking a wide guess to believe that may be the woman's condition. But if that is not the case, if the woman has her own independent mind, of course, I'm not sure she would have stayed with that kind of a man, by the way. You understand? Because women that have independent mind, they don't allow they don't like what they hate. Do you understand me? They don't like what they hate. They tend to take quick decisions. Anything they can't take, they can't even allow it into their space. Yeah, so that's what I think. The young man should be able to weigh the whole thing before he would know the next step to take. But I think either way, it's going to be dangerous for the mom, by the way. It's going to be dangerous for the mom because it's almost like a habitual act from the man. Even if you discourages him from moving with that woman in the compound, okay, that wouldn't stop him from dating other women.
That's a fact, though.
Even though the situation is really not clear. It's really not clear that much to know the condition of the family, basically. So it's not clear. I'm just taking a wild guess to pull out something that I think might be more plausible to their own relatable situation. That kind of stuff.
So I don't really visit. I don't visit the situation. And those are questions that I will want to find out before we can give a good or professional advice.
Sound advice, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So, but we do give out the message and then know what the public could come up
add
with.
To it. Yeah, absolutely.
Come up to add to it, and then once they're done, then the person is reading or listening. So he or she might get the answer that she or he has been looking for from the comment section.
Absolutely. Solving people's problems, because there are too many myriads of problems, and people really don't know how to. That's one reason why I see that they seek out professional help. People like you who are pretty much in depth somehow, and again, feeling good to talk about people's problems. So they reach out to you, and then you help to put it on the table for all to see, and also have input. So it makes a lot of sense. Thank you so very much for doing this. For humanity,
for humanity.
for doing this for humanity, man. I'm telling you, it's just this time around I found that, man, a lot of people have
serious issues. Problems. Yeah,
they do have issues.
I'm bottling it alone, and those are increasing the amount of depression.
Yes, it's always very pressure, depression. Yeah.
When you have a problem and have someone, gone are the days when, even though it's Bible prophecy anyway, so I'm not too surprised, but I can see how it's telling on man that you cannot even make use of friendship and neighbors. Those are supposed to be the closest. If the family fail you, even within the family circle, even you can hardly find one or two that you can rely on that won't mock you with the same problem.
The same thing these days, man.
You understand? Crazy. So when you think about releasing, people who think that all is well with you is now hearing that all is that bad with you. So some of the people don't. In fact, the moment you release what you're going through to someone you think you trust, you have just announced yourself to the public biggest radio station.
They will even change the story from what you told. They will retell it the way they want to. I'm telling you, put all manner of. I'm telling you, man. Put all manner of innuendos.
Yeah.
They can color it the way they want, and then when you hear their own version of your own story that you told out, only you begin to wonder.
I'm telling
where is this one coming from?
Yeah. So that's
how bad the word is now.
Yeah, that had made people, they rather remain private on their self and keeping them informed, whatever it is, and dealing with it alone. And the more the days are becoming more stressful, and you have something else that is stressing you behind that you can't even let out, it's more depressing, and it's making a lot of people lose it.
Many people have actually died from all of this. Many have died. Many are, like you used the word, depressed. Many are, their mental health is hitting the roof. And then doctor looks at them, check one or two things, and then find that there is nothing that they can trace medically, right? And then they tell the person, look, you can go home. Nothing is
wrong with you.
Knows, look,
I'm dying.
In my mentality, I am finished. Like, yeah. So
with my mentality, I am finished.
It's really, really crazy. And you see, mental health problem is the biggest problem now. Yeah. Whether it's in America or
everywhere,
in Nigeria.
Everywhere.
My goodness. It's crazy, man.
And most of those things could have been easier handled if a problem could be solved by sharing it. Absolutely. But who do you share it with?
Who do you exactly? Who do you trust? Who do you share with?
So, like I made that video. So hard. Yeah, I made that video earlier. I'm rather comfortable to share my problem with somebody that don't really know me. You understand? A total stranger, than someone that I truly know, because I can only trust myself. So, especially with certain problems. So, but when we have platforms like this, like I keep telling people, you don't have to tell me who you are. You don't have to disclose your identity or anything. If you don't feel comfortable with that, that's fine. We just want to be a friend from the distance. That good friend that could give you a good advice without being biased. Absolutely. Because I don't even know what you look like. So I could afford to tell you my peace of mind, or someone else could afford to tell you the truth. Because I'm not telling you because I know you're coming to feed me tomorrow, so you won't be able to feed me. I don't even know you, but it will be easy to speak that truth. That someone...
It's a no judgment zone, yeah.
It's a no judgment zone. Yes.
Absolutely. Nobody judging anyone. Just say your mind, and then we treat the issue succinctly, the way it appears. Yeah. Absolutely. That's the way to go. Right. It's a very good thing. Because people fear people judging them.
Yes.
All right. Because I mean, when people are not professional in what they are doing, you put out. By the time you say one or two statements,
they will be looking at you like, "Oh, wow.
Like, did you just do that? Like, what's wrong with you?" And then that shuts you completely up. Like, you can't even speak anymore.
Seriously.
You're already speaking, and then somebody is already... They haven't even finished. So they're already blaming you. Thank God. So these are in children, parents relationship is a bit dicey. Even when they say don't judge, but then it doesn't mean you can't talk about where the person is wrong. But listen to the person first. I'm talking about mother-child now, right? Be open. Let your child tell you. Let your child tell you what is going on in his or her life. Listen up and then absorb the whole thing. Create that environment that will allow the child to also put out here to listen to you. So in the course of you repeating what the person has said, you might just, know where to throw little blame here and there, so that the person will also be comfortable to know that it doesn't mean that, I won't be reprimanded if I do bad things. Right. But there is a way you package it.
Yeah, but the person will understand where the correction is coming from.
Absolutely.
It's coming from a place of loving correction, not judgment and
No. That's where the problem is, and then that's why people are looking for, platforms like yours to be able to speak them. Like you said, even if they don't mention their name, it doesn't really matter. Don't mention name, don't mention location or whatever. You can mention location, but don't mention your name. Just say it and then let people treat.
Even the location, we don't really care.
No, even the location helps us to understand the peculiarity of
what is going on. Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. So we know what it is when we say people living in the compound. We know what compound means.
That's the kind of location.
So
with the compound, we already know the location.
Yes, when you say compound, we are neighbor's wife. We don't say neighbor wife, not the mom. And in most cases, the neighbor, even if it's a man, he may not have had a job at the time. So he's a very jobless man. And you know what that means, man?
Oh my gosh.
It is what it is. Yeah. So well done, right?
Thank
nice,
you,
nice one.
KK. I
Nice
appreciate
one.
you anytime.
No problem. Anytime, just hit me up.